And just find your child's pose in the middle of the mat, taking the knees out nice and wide, sitting back towards the heels, and then just reaching your arms forward, putting your forehead on the mat. Keep moving your forehead side to side a few times. Starting to lengthen your breath. So just taking a few deep inhales in through your nose and long, deep exhales out through your nose. Using this time, so this next hour or so, to really just kind of disconnect from the outer world and really start to turn inward. Just really starting to trying to be present. So just trying to focus on just being here now, enjoying the moment, focusing on your breath. One or two more deep breaths in child's pose. And then from here, you can slowly walk your hands back, make your way to a tabletop, and just kind of warm up your spine with a few rounds of cat-cow pose. Moving with your breath, rounding your back through cow pose. And then arching your back and your spine through cow pose, rounding through cat pose. And maybe one more round of cat-cow, and then make your way into a downward facing dog. Just remembering to spread out the fingers. Energetically kind of externally rotate the shoulder blades kind of outward. And just kind of heel toe your feet. At the back of your legs, waking up your body, stretching it out. Flexing your head and neck. From here, bending the knees a lot, looking up towards your hands, and then walking your feet up to your hands to come to a ragdoll forward fold. Relax the arms, the shoulders. Take your head yes and no just to make sure it's really just kind of hanging there. Really relaxed, lifting up through the hips, and just waking up the backs of your legs. From here, we'll inhale, half lift, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward, further and a little bit deeper into that forward fold. And then your next inhale, lengthen through the arms to make your way all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll just pause for a moment here and take a moment to set an intention for class. So just kind of remind yourself something you're grateful for, something positive. From here, we'll start our sun salutations. We'll go through 3 sun salutation A's and then 2 sun salutation B's. So inhale to reach your arms up, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Moving with your breath, inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, coming back to a plank. Lowering down nice and slow, either to an up dog or a cobra, whatever you feel right now. But drawing the shoulders back away from the ears. Exhale to make your way into downward facing dog, settling in. 5 deep breaths. We'll be here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend your knees, look up to your hands, walk, step, or even a light hop, bringing the feet up to the hands, coming into a half lift. Inhale, exhale, fold forward deeper, and then next inhale, come all the way up. Lengthen through the spine, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center, reset. We'll start right into our next one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold, hinging from your hips. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, coming to a plank. Lowering down, nice form, nice and slow. Little back bend with either that cobra or upward facing dog. Taking your time. Coming into downward facing dog, or always an option to come to a child's pose anytime. But resetting and down dog. So settling in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, bend the knees, look up to the hands, bring the feet up to the hands, half lift. Inhale, exhale, fold, inhale all the way up. All right, last one, you're just gonna move at your own pace with your own breath without me talking, spending any extra time anywhere you need to. Good. From here, we'll start with sun salutation B. So sit back for chair pose, reach your arms up, draw your shoulders back, arms kind of reaching back, so they're trying to hover towards the ears, and then exhale, fold forward. Lift, we'll go through a Vinyasa again. Into a 3-legged down dog, reaching that right foot up and back. Heels up towards the ceiling, and then bring that right foot through between your hands, spin the back heel down, come up into warrior 1. Exhale to cartwheel your hands down, step your front foot back to go through a Vinyasa, making your way to the other side. 3-legged down dog on the other side. Left leg reaches up, heels up towards the sky, flex that foot, and then bring the knee up high to the chest, foot through, bend that back heel down. Coming up on the other side, good. Exhale, making your way down, going through a Vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Settling in, 5 deep breaths again. 1, 2, 3, 5, bending the knees, Feet to the hands, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sit back, finishing in chair pose. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, very good. So one more sun salutation V, same thing. We'll start in chair. Inhale, sit back, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Exhale, bend the knees. Come back. Chaturanga to an up dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog, three-legged down dog. Right leg comes up again, nice and high, and then bring that foot through. Spin the back heel down, all in one motion. One. Cartwheeling the hands down, making your way through Vinyasa to the other side. Left leg reaches up and back this time. And then bringing that foot through, back heel down, warrior one. Good, cartwheeling the hands down, stepping back. Vinyasa meeting a downward facing dog or even a child's pose. 5 deep breaths, settling in here. 1, 2, 3, and 5, bending the knees, bringing the feet up to the hands, half lift, forward, and then finish sitting back in chair pose, reach up. Good, and then we'll come all the way up to standing. All right, little break time, that was our warm up. Take a drink of water. All right, so from here, so it's all divided into like 15-minute segments. First 15 minutes the warm-up, next standing set of poses. So we're just gonna do standing forward fold. So take your peace fingers, hinging from the hips, feet close, like about hips distance apart, fairly close together. Take your peace fingers around the big toes, bending your knees if you need to. Elbows out to the side, work towards straightening the knees. We're just getting deeper into this forward fold. Lifting up through the hips. Not to sit back too much in the heels, and just come back to your breath. Take 5 or 6 deep breaths. From here, keeping your hands on the ground, draw your shoulders back, lift your head and chest up, and then you're going to lift your foot up, bring your palm under the foot all the way up to your wrist. Sides, bending your knees as much as you need to, so your stomach is like on your upper thighs, and then working towards straightening those legs even just a tiny little bit. And then go ahead and release your feet. We'll take our hands to our hips, bend at our knees, and come all the way up. Very good. All right. I'm going to face, I'm just going to come to the front of your mat. I'm just starting out on this side. We're going to set it for triangle pose. So take a big step back with your right foot. Reach the arms out nice and long, so we're along the long edge of the mat. Turn to face the back of your mat. So reach from here. We're going to come to triangle pose. Back foot now turns in. Front foot's facing forward. Reach, reach, reach. We're going to bring the fingertips down to the mat, to our shin, or even you can try taking the peace fingers around the big toes if they can reach fairly easily. Nice long straight line between the arms. Spinning that top hip open. Pressing into the bottom hip. Just coming back to your breath. Feel yourself lifted up through the core. Next inhale, we'll make our way back up through triangle pose. So coming back through to the center. This time turn your left foot to face the front of the mat, back foot in. Just going in the other direction. Reach, reach, reach forward. Fingertips come down. Open up the top arm, straight line between the arms. Lift up through the core, not putting too much weight in those bottom fingers or bottom hands. Back to your breath. Inhale, come back up through to the center. We're going to turn to face the other way. Turn to face the back of your mat, revolve triangle pose. So take your hands to your hips, back foot, front foot's forward. Reach your left arm forward. So you're going to reach, reach, reach across your body. Left fingertips can come inside that foot or maybe try to come outside of the foot. Right hand to right shoulder. You want to twist, twist, twist that shoulder. Just trying to twist, maybe reaching that arm up. Lifting your ribs up and away from your upper thighs. Twisting through the center line of your body. And then from here, we'll make our way back up through to the center. Star pose again. Turn to face the front of the mat. Squaring the hips, so hands to your hips, right arm reaches forward. You're going to reach as you come forward, reaching diagonally across your body. Maybe your hand just makes it to the inside of your foot. If you can, bring it to the pinky edge side, the outside, more challenging. Left hand to left shoulder. Keep twisting, cranking that shoulder open. Reaching the arm up. Deep breath. Next inhale, make your way back up through to the center. Star pose, reach your arms out long. Then bring your hands to your hips. We'll turn to step forward, face the front of the mat. All right. From here, we're going to take a wider step back with our right leg. Set up first in warrior two. So right foot faces the back of the mat. Nice bend in that front knee. And we're coming to an extended side angle pose. So reach, reach, reach forward. Maybe start out with the forearm above the knee. Left arm reaches up. Either focus on staying here, or if you want to go deeper, you can bring that hand to the inside of that foot. Going a little bit deeper. Maybe reaching that top arm, extending it forward, biceps towards the ear. Breath. Next, inhale, make your way all the way up. We're going to turn that right foot in, left foot's facing forward. Setting up on the other side, starting with warrior two. Then reach, reach, reach forward. Maybe you start out with the forearm for a moment. Or you can stay there. If you want to go deeper, bring the fingertips down, reach that top arm forward. Gaze is kind of towards your fingertips. Next inhale, we'll make our way all the way up, star pose. Good, and then bring your hands to your hips, stepping back to the front of your mat. Good. All right, next we'll step out wide with our right foot again, setting up for a wide-legged forward fold. So lining up your heels with the back edge of the mat, just to kind of make sure they're straight, reach the arms out long. They're about as wide as the fingertips. From here, interlace your hands behind your back, draw your shoulders down and back. And then from here, we're gonna start to fold forward, hinging from the hips if possible. Lift those hands, the arms, and the shoulders up and away from your lower back. Lifting up through the hips, shifting your body weight so it's a little bit more forward, settling in. Next, inhale. Keep your hands interlaced, hinge from your hips to make your way all the way up. We'll reach out, star pose. Next round, next variation, bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna hinge from our hips, fold forward again. This time, either just walking your hands underneath you or taking your fingers to your big toes for leverage, trying to go deeper into this forward fold. Think lift up through your hips, trying to bring your head down towards the mat, coming forward a little bit. Or you can take your hands in front of you, coming up onto your fingertips. Bend your knees, take your hands to your hips to come all the way up. Good. From here, maybe heel toe your feet a little bit closer, and then we'll step to the front of the mat again. All right, so to set up for the next pose, we're gonna take our hands behind our back. You can grab the elbows or maybe try reverse prayer pose, so palms together, elbows out wide. And we're gonna take kind of just a short stance out to the center of the mat. Turn to face the back. We're setting up for pyramid pose. So feet are staggered, right foot's forward, back foot's in, you're lined up heel to heel. Take the right hip back, left hip forward, and then start to hinge forward from your hips, leading with your chest, coming into pyramid pose, which is nice hamstring stretch. Right hamstring, keeping those elbows out wide, foreheads towards the knees. And then on an inhale, slowly make your way back up, taking your time, keeping your hands behind your back. We're just going to turn to face the other way. So making sure your feet are staggered a little bit, heel to heel, left hip back, right hip forward, and then hinging from your hips, leading with your chest, folding forward towards that front knee. Spreading out the toes, finding your balance in the feet. And then from here, making your way back up. You can step forward and release the arms, just shake them out. Good. From here, we'll take a little drink of water too. And then we're gonna start with our balancing poses. All right, so first balancing pose, either tree pose, or if you want to try that half lotus pose with a forward fold, you can do that. I'm just going to do tree pose today. So grounding through your left, well, you can start with whatever side you want. We'll just switch sides. Grounding through your standing legs, standing up nice and tall, finding something to focus your eyes on. And then you can slide that foot either up to your calf or all the way up to your inner thigh. Energetically pressing that other leg back into the foot, finding something to focus your eyes on. Good job. And then as a next step, reaching your arms up, opening up, growing your tree. Good, and then we'll bring our hands together to slowly make our way down and switch sides. Starting with the other side, coming back to your breath, something to focus your eyes on, and then sliding that foot either to the calf or all the way up towards the inner thigh. From here, reaching the arms up, opening up your tree. Good, and then we'll bring the hands back down. Release. Right, so the next one, a little bit more challenging. So we'll switch sides. So grounding through the standing leg, knowing your first option is just to keep your hands to your knee, open your hip up here. If you want, taking the peace fingers to the big toes, straight back. That knee can be bent, but you're gonna work towards straightening it. Straight standing leg, cross. From here, we'll open our hip out to the side. You come out, just come right back in, no big deal. You're gonna bring that leg forward again, lift it up just a little bit higher, and then release, keeping it up as high as you can. Point the toe, engaging the legs, keeping it super straight for 5, 4, 3, release, great job, shake it out. Great, other side, grounding through the other foot. Getting yourself set up, finding something to focus your eyes on, coming back to your breath. Hold straight back, straight standing leg, or just like a micro bend. Here we'll open our hips out to the side. Coming back in. Good. From here, we'll bring that leg forward, lift it up a little bit higher, then release, keeping up as high as you can with the straight leg. Point the toe, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Shake it out. Good. Awesome. So from here, we're going to go through some more chair pose, warrior 1 and 2, and then come to the seated poses. So we're going to hold them a little bit longer so you can bring the knees together, sit back. We'll come into our chair pose, reaching the arms up, drawing the shoulders back. We're going to hold it here about 5 deep breaths. From here, we'll fold forward. We'll go through a vinyasa, so coming to a half lift, folding forward again, bending your knees, planting your hands, coming to a plank, going down through to an up dog or cobra pose, and then downward facing dog. From here, we'll bring our right foot through between our hands, spin the back heel down, check your alignment, and then make your way up into warrior 1. Nice bend in that front knee, square to the front, through both pads of, each pad of both feet. Keeping the arms up, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're just going to turn to face the other side. So this time your left foot is facing forward, squaring the hips again. Settling into warrior 1, this time opposite leg forward. And back to your breath. Here we'll open up to warrior 2. Right arm comes out to the side, hips square to the long edge, relax the shoulders. Keeping the arms out long, you're going to straighten both legs. Take that left foot, turn it in 45 degrees. Right foot's going to face forward again. Just warrior two on the other side, facing the other direction. And back in, nice bend in that front knee. And energetically squeezing those inner thighs towards each other, looking towards your right fingers. From here, we'll cartwheel our hands down to go through a vinyasa. Stepping back to a plank, lowering down, up dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog, just 2 or 3 breaths. Seeing how you feel now, we're about halfway through class compared to the beginning of class. And then from here, you can stop or hop your feet towards the center, crossing at the ankles, coming to a seat. All right, so we're setting up for a seated forward fold, but take an opportunity, take a drink of water. We're about halfway, maybe just a little bit more than halfway through class. All right, so from here, flexing the feet, drawing the shoulders back, we'll have our hands down by our sides, so just staff pose. So just stacking the spine, just starting out here, pressing the palms down, engaging through the legs. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Reach, reach, reach forward. Starting out with this forward fold, maybe taking your peace fingers to your big toes, if possible. If not, just wherever they reach. Having to forward fold here, keeping those legs flexed. Back to your breath. If you have tight hamstrings, a little bend in the knees is normal. From here, inhale to draw the shoulders back, lift up your head and chest, and then reach the arms forward. Exhale, see if you can reach, reach, reach. Go a little bit deeper for the second round of 5 breaths. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your head and chest up. Good. From here, point the toes, or you're going to take your hands behind you, fingers facing you. We're going to make our way to a reverse plank. The hips up, straighten the arms, work towards pressing the tops of the feet down to the mat as you keep the hips lifted. Now your shoulder blades to kind of come together a little in the front. Head drops back. You can slowly lower back down. Optional vinyasa from here. So low vinyasa, crossing at the ankles, coming forward, round the shoulder blades. So step through the shoulders, stepping back to a plank, going through a chaturanga to an up dog, cobra, facing dog. Just about 1 breath in downward facing dog. And then walking or step or hop the feet through to the center, crossing at the ankles, coming back to a seat. All right, we'll take our left leg forward, right foot towards our inner thigh. And the hips towards the leg that's out long, flexing that foot. Inhale, reach up, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, reach, reach, reach forward. Forward over that left knee or that front knee. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your head and chest up. Good. Exhale, come up the whole way. We'll switch sides, so opposite leg forward, leg to your inner thighs. Inhale, reach up, square your hips to the leg that's out long, flexing that foot. Reach forward as you come down, settling back into the pose. And then inhale to draw your shoulders back, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, come up the whole way. And optional vinyasa, or it's always an option to sit it out. But coming forward, low vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, up dog, facing dog, one breath. And then bringing the feet through. Right. So from here, left leg forward, take that right knee, you're gonna bend it back. So if possible, bringing your one around and towards each other, bring the legs close if possible, sitting up tall. You want both sit bones down, flexing that foot that's out long. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, hinge forward, reach, 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 folding forward over that knee. And then next, inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, come up the whole way. Switch sides, so straightening the other leg, bending the other knee back. Both sit bones down. Inhale, reach up, lengthen through your spine, flex that foot. Exhale, hinge from your hips, reach, reach forward. Next, inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your head and chest. Exhale, come up the whole way, straighten the other leg, maybe shake it out, and then optional vinyasa. Coming back through to a seat. All right. Left leg out long, bend that right knee about a hand's distance between the foot and the leg. You're going to take your right shoulder inside that knee as you're still hugging that knee in towards you. Reach, reach, reach as far forward as you can. Bend that elbow back. Other hand comes behind you. So fingertips are reaching towards each other. Whether they reach each other or not, it doesn't really matter. They're just trying. Folding forward. Here you can go ahead and release your fingers all the way up, and we'll just switch sides. So opposite leg comes forward, other knee bends about a hand's distance. Bring that arm inside the knee. Reach that arm forward, so you want to get that shoulder in front of the knee as you're still squeezing that knee in. Bend at the elbow, other hand comes back. The foot that's out long. From here, you can go ahead and release. Optional vinyasa. All right, once you come through, we'll set up for a seated twist. Left leg is forward, cross that right foot on top, flex the left leg, sitting up nice and tall. It's going to be opposite arm to opposite knee. So inhale, reach up, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, twist, looking over that shoulder as you lengthen through your spine, sitting up nice and tall. Think of lifting your stomach up and over upper thigh. We'll come back through to the center, just easy counter stretch on the other side. And then we'll switch legs. So opposite leg out long, crossing that foot over top, pressing the whole pad of that foot down, sitting up nice and straight. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. And then we'll come back through to the center, easy counter stretch again. Optional vinyasa. So we're going to set up for a boat pose. So knees bent, back, draw the shoulders back. We're going to do 3 rounds. Reach the arms forward. Good. From here, maybe you start out hovering the feet, or you can bring them halfway with the bend in the knees. If you want to go further, straightening the legs, we'll hold it here for 5, 4, 2, and crossing up the ankles, come forward, round the shoulders, lift up, rounding the back. Sit back, we're gonna come right into our second boat without thinking about it. Making your way in, chest reaches forward, energy through the arms for 5, 4, 2, good, crossing at the ankles, coming forward. Into our last one, coming right into it, embracing the shakiness for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go right into a vinyasa. Once you come through, we're going to set up for a butterfly stretch. So bringing those feet together, heels in towards you. Variation, so first one with a straight spine, straight back, so drawing the shoulders back, sitting up straight. If you can, trying to hinge forward from your hips. 5 deep breaths. From here, if you want, you can round your shoulders, round your back. Maybe bring your hands down. And then next, inhale, make your way up. Optional vinyasa here. Seated pose, wide-legged forward fold. So taking the feet out nice and wide. Taking your hands inside the legs and rotating the legs up. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale. Maybe reaching for your big toes if you can, or just your shins. Keeping a straight spine, we're going to fold forward. Good, and then next inhale, come all the way up. Last vinyasa, so last optional vinyasa. All right, once you come through, take one more drink of water, and then we're gonna make our way onto our backs. We'll finish on our backs. All right, so you can roll down, so just using your core, rolling down nice and slow. Once you're there, reach your arms up overhead, stretch it out. And we're gonna do 2 rounds of bridge pose. So bending your knees, heels in towards you. Press your palms into the mat, lift your hips up. Maybe interlacing your hands behind your back to get up higher. Energetically squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. The knees are parallel. Lift the chin up, opening up the chest. And then slowly lower back down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Take your feet out wide. Drop your knees side to side a few times. One more round, this time either same thing. If you want to come into a full back bend, full wheel pose, you can do that, staying 5 breaths or as long as you can. Whenever you're ready, make your way into wheel or bridge. When you're ready, making your way down nice and slow. Either windshield wipe, bring the knees side to side, or you can hug your knees into your chest. From here, we'll take our right knee in towards our chest, left leg out long. You're going to straighten the right leg so your hands maybe behind the right thigh or the right calf or ankle. Head is relaxed on the ground to start with, just gently pulling that leg back. From here, you can lift your forehead up towards the knee, going a little bit deeper. And then bend that knee in, making your way down. We'll switch sides, so left knee in towards your chest, right leg out long, and straightening your left knee. Just noticing how maybe one side feels compared to the other. And then bring your forehead up towards that knee. And then from here, bending that knee in, lowering down. Right, from here we're going to come to fish pose. So coming on your forearms behind your back, hands kind of underneath you. Point the toes. Inhale, you're going to lift the hips up. Chest comes up and forward. Allow your head to drop back. So elbows kind of underneath the shoulders, squeezing towards each other. Again, send the hips forward, chest up. Allow your throat to open up, dropping the head back further, but keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Good. From here, you can lower down all the way to your back. We're going to come into either shoulder stand or waterfall pose. So waterfall pose, legs just straight up. Shoulder stand, if you're in shoulder stand, you might want to scooch forward a little bit, but shoulder stand, rolling onto the shoulders, using your hands behind your lower back to support your back. Try not to look side to side, so looking straight up towards your feet. From here, either making your way into plow pose or a happy baby. So plow pose, lowering the feet behind your head, releasing the spine, happy baby, maybe opening up the hips a little bit more. Slowly making your way out of the pose, taking your time. We're going to roll ourselves up to a seat. And final pose, so kind of pose of your choice. So traditionally, it's a headstand, but you know, headstand is, you know, you might not always feel like it, or kind of advanced. So if you prefer to do like a child's pose or maybe a crow pose or just kind of whatever you're feeling as your last pose. Whenever you're ready, making your way into whichever pose you feel like right now. And just embracing it. So for a child's pose, just right, embracing the groundedness of that pose. Coming back to our breath. And from here, you can make your way into Shavasana, so into our final relaxation pose. So getting out kind of any last movement, any last stretch that you want to do. Settling in, so allowing your feet to open up out to the side. Maybe your palms are open. You can close your eyes and use these last 2 to 3 minutes to really just allow your body to sink a little bit deeper to the mat. Allow your body to release and relax. here, go ahead and take a nice deep inhale in through your nose. Complete exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Start to roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists a few times in each direction. Bend your knees, reach your arms up overhead. Go ahead and roll onto one side. And then when you're ready, you can make your way up to a seat. Very good. So we'll just finish by bringing our hands to our heart center, taking one more deep inhale. Exhale to bring the hands back down. And we'll just kind of pause and reflect here for a moment. A sense of peacefulness from the practice. So gratitude. Just allowing the positive energy that we feel from our practice to be a benefit to ourselves and the people around us throughout the day. Namaste.